lately I've been on my own shit. I've been in my just getting rich.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, y'all.
Welcome to Couples Talk, episode 9. Y'all see the jersey? Yeah, you know, my team, number 1 seed, always. You know, can't miss that. You know, it's Sunday. We figured out who we play. Yeah. But yeah, welcome to Couples Talk, episode 9. I know you thought it's supposed to be the album. It's not the album. We decided we're going to do that on number 10. But
Yeah. Somebody kind of didn't think that one all the way through.
Nah, this is a big ass jersey. God
That's
damn.
what happens when you come up with a surprise on the spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so, whew.
All right, so this episode, as you can see by the title, yeah, big practice make perfect.
Child.
Yeah, as you can see by the title, this episode is gonna be about marriage. You know, and the five difficulties of marriage, and we also gonna do compare and contrast of marriage and just being in a regular relationship. You know the differences. So we're gonna start off with you first. Let's go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let you know, prepared.
I am prepared. I have it. So, I'm sorry, y'all. Pregnancy's kicking my ass. But we're going to get through it together, okay? So, the first thing is finances.
Oh, yeah, that's a big thing.
Your money.
Yeah, let's talk about that one. Okay. So, usually when you're in a relationship, like, none of your shit is together at all. It's like everybody do their own thing. You know, like, this is my money, this is my money. You know, this is my money, this is your money, but you take care of your shit. You know, like, you guys have your own separate bank accounts. You know, everything's usually separate. You know, like, you still got your own separate lives, but you guys together.
Yeah.
But when you get married, yeah, this is a whole different ballgame. Especially, like, I'm not sure how other states go, but instead of Nevada, like, everything's like, once you get married, merged together.
Yep.
Like, everything's merged
But you
together.
actually have to actually merge it together yourself, though.
No, you don't.
Yes, huh?
When you get married, no, that's we talking about bank accounts.
Oh.
That's different. I'm talking about everything.
Oh.
Like your finances and everything automatically accumulates together.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So once you get married, it's like a whole thing. It's like you pretty much combine in a sense 2 worlds. You feel me? You know, you could have been that your person for like 2 or 3 years, whatever. But you combine 2 worlds, and like now the government all in your business. And,
For sure.
And they realize you guys are together, and they realize how much money you're making. So, you know, it's a lot of different things you got to go about that.
Yeah.
As far as like filing taxes, you know, we do everything in joint. No, we do everything separate. No, joint. Yeah.
You had it right the first time. Baby.
We do everything in joint, like, you know, the joints. Yeah. Well, yeah, we do everything in joint. We also got joint bank accounts, but we also got our little separate things too.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything is completely different. It's like it's not. Little shit becomes like small shit that you used to do. Yeah. Become like kind of like a conversation now. You know, like if you with your girlfriend, whatever, like go buy me some shoes, whatever. You know, you go get your shoes. Like,
get your shoes.
You got your shoes. Boom, that's it. You know, your girl go buy her lingerie, do whatever she want to do. See, like it's like when you get to marry, bro, everything's gonna be a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, babe.
To some degree.
Yeah. But like 9 times out of 10, it's gotta be a conversation. Just like more so, hey babe, are you okay if I go spend my money on these shoes, or are we good? How everything's looking like, because every time, especially when you set up your finances, we got like, we gotta do this much in savings, this must go to this, that much gotta go for rent, this much gotta go for bills. So everything's proportioned. Everything's gotta be set up in a certain way. So it can get like frustrating because like it's not like. It makes you feel like you can't lose it, like in a sense, like make you feel like you can't lose the freedom to just like go out and buy.
Just go and buy. Well, but then again, that just comes with how well you manage your money too. Because it's not. A conversation isn't necessarily like meant to be mistaken with asking permission.
No, it's not. But some people want to take it as that, and fucking let them take how they want to take it.
Some people in a weird way actually run their relationships like that.
What?
They be Jesus.
What?
Trying to like innocent like a permission thing or some weird shit like that.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, because like it's pretty much when you get married, and just honestly, not to even get married, just being in a relationship with somebody, it's like, bruh, like, and then being in a relationship, you make a commitment, you have to really like understand what the fuck you doing. Pretty much, you gotta value everything you guys do as far as money. planning. You know, like say you want to go on vacation. Say if you got birthdays coming up. Say if you got kids, you got to buy them clothes, buy them birthday gifts.
It's literally like a whole thing.
It's like a business. Marriage, bro. That's the best way I can put it. Marriage is a fucking business. Like everything about it is a business. You gotta really just.
You really gotta budget your money and manage your money very well when it comes to being in a marriage, because, like you said, when you're in a relationship, you really just have your own self as your responsibility. Yeah, because
you don't have.
And that's really it. If you burn a hole in your pocket, you know what I'm saying, with your money, then that's just that. Versus like in the marriage, if he spends all our money, that's a problem. I'm just saying.
Why is he?
Well, because it's always like a thing that the woman spends all the money. So I want to kind of like do a little.
Because it's true. What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry. That's a reference from Underworld. Anyways, and the sad thing is probably not that many people's gonna get that, but that's okay.
You look stupid.
I don't care.
You look dumb as shit.
I'm okay with that. Anyway, it's called personality. But yeah, so if he spends all our money, then we're fucked. I'm just saying. Well, it's not just him that has to take that fall. It's a whole, like you said, if you got kids, it's all of that. Everything falls down if he spends all our money.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, so pretty much more of the story of just the topic. You gotta really just be cautious, and you gotta really, you gotta think, you gotta balance, and you gotta just take shit more serious when you get married as far as finances. Because, like I said, once you get married, you become one, and you guys gotta think as one. You can't be out there thinking reckless, doing your own thing, still trying to live how you live when you was, I guess, technically single. Y'all just in a relationship.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to manage. You gotta be able to communicate with your spouse and figure out because number one, finances is the number one reason people divorce. That's it.
Yeah, because it's all
because
sometimes there's like there's like somebody that's a little more responsible with the finances than the others.
Big ass jersey. I got this jersey when I was little. I'm always been a little ass nigga, but like I got this jersey when I was little, and somebody gave it to me.
This jersey is swallowing him up.
Big ass gave it to me, and shit. But like, yeah, it's an MVP Super Bowl of 2011.
This is not Couple Talk Sports Edition.
Yeah. Anyways.
So the next thing is expectations as far as like stereotypes coming into marriage.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the difficulties because it's like if you listen to which a lot of the times you'll find yourself kind of like doing so, but if you find yourself like constantly listening to all the stereotypes and listening to people's either failed marriages or something like that coming into it, you'll have this idea of it and it could be tainted before it even starts. And what I like, honestly, what we went by is we looked at it like, okay, we were married, but there's not really anything different except, you just basically made your relationship legal or whatever the fuck. You just got the government involved in your business. You just made everything come together to just one whole, thing. That's really all that it is. But as far as the relationship, it's not anything different from a relationship. You're still having to, you still have those, I guess, duties or whatever to being, your loyal, honest, respectful self. You know what I'm saying? You still have the same duties as far as, what you do for one another and how you treat one another and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, everything that you hear about marriage is like, oh, marriage is tough and marriage is this and all, all the bitter ass people who are either, just upset with their marriage and how it's going or, the fact, like they divorced or whatever the hell. Don't listen to that, because even when we got married, like we going on 6 years. We got married young. Okay, like literally as soon as my ID came in the mail, I was 18, he was 20. You see what I'm saying? And we had so many people talking about like, ooh, y'all got married. I got married at that age too. And, it didn't work out and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, first of all, why would you even tell somebody that? But nonetheless, you can't let those things interfere with your own relationship. Because at the end of the day, like I said, a marriage ain't, nothing too far off from what you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that changes is like, chances are you're already living together. You already done established some shit. You know what I'm saying? Before you even got married. But at the end of the day, it's really nothing different.
Look, I think what the biggest issue of transferring from relationship and marriage is the expectations, because like you just feel like, for example, we always had this mindset. We like to be best friends. We got to chill ass, dope ass relationship. That's just what we do. That's what we are. You feel me? But sometimes as a couple, you can fuck around. You can fuck around and lose all of that fun, that dopeness, that uniqueness in your relationship, and become a fucking robot of marriage. Meaning like, oh man, like this is how a husband's supposed to act, this is how a wife's supposed to act. I gotta learn how to conduct myself better. I gotta learn how to do this better. Where if that type of shit doesn't fit into your relationship, it can change you. Then it can make you feel like mentally make you feel like marriage is a prison. Like, oh man, I gotta act this way, I gotta do certain thing. I can't do this, I can do this. Like, it's kind of like the same situation with some women when they feel like they become a mom. Like, oh my God, I can't dress together. I can't go be a host sometimes. I can't have my life. I can live. I can't have fun. Mm-hmm. No, you still can do everything you want to do. Just because you're a mom, you just don't present that in front of your kid. That's it. Right. But, like, that's the same thing with marriage. You gotta learn how to, like, you still can be yourself. Like, just because at the end of the day, she's a piece of paper. You feel me? Like, so it's not like you gotta change because you got married. Like, a lot of people really get married and start to dress different, start to act different, start to try to, fit the mold of a wife and fit the mold of a husband. And it causes issues because, like, in a sense, you're suppressing yourself. And I'm not very big on, like, don't let anyone suppress who you are, and always be open to who you are, and, like, just grow. You feel me? Just let it go, let all your wings fly, and just be open. That's why, like, after so many years, we realized monogamy is just not our thing. We're not into that. That shit that make us happy. That's not our lifestyle. We love it's just restricted, and it's something that it didn't fit with us. It didn't fit with us whatsoever. Mm-hmm. So polyamorous is more so our thing. It's more so free. It's the enjoyment, and that's how we made it seem, and that's how we kept it, because we pretty much became open with ourselves and like, this is us. This is how we are. This is how we're gonna be. Versus, you gotta stay this, you gotta do this, and we gotta stay.
We fought a lot more.
Yeah, we did. We fought a lot. It just wasn't. It wasn't us, pretty much. Be unique in your own marriage. Like, don't try to just be what the fuck everybody else is, and that's
because you're not married to everybody else.
Exactly. And that's what we always teach even to this day, without even marriage, just in life. Be unique. Everybody's afraid to be unique. Everybody want to be like a prototype. Like, everybody's want to be like a type of somebody else and sprinkle their own little version in. Nah, bro, be yourself. Like fuck what everybody got to say. Learn how to be unique. And then, because when you be unique, I'm telling you different from everybody, so everybody gonna gravitate to you. Yep. Because like you the next new thing. You feel me? Be yourself.
Think about it. I just did some weird shit on camera a minute ago, and he said that I'm weird. I have whole ass crackhead vibes.
Yeah, it's
like
good.
Literally, it's like drugs. Okay. So, and at the end of the day, that's what attracts people to me, because I'm not sitting here like I could be a bad bitch and be a crackhead at the same time. Like, it's okay.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But anywho.
Topic number 3.
Topic number 3 is parenting.
That's big.
Parenting, and not in a way of well, it could fall into it like, should you have kids or whatever, but I feel like that's something that you kind of should be discussing before you get married anyway. So, but we mean parenting in a way of, basically, parenting the kids that you do have. Like, okay, however many kids that you do have, you having to come up with some type of, I guess, structured thing, with parenting your kids. Obviously, you're going to parent different. We parent our kids very differently. I'm kind of more on the strict side. He's kind of more on the laid back side. And we have that balance because we both can't be strict and we both can't be laid back, because at the end of the day, shit is going to become chaotic. I mean, like, granted, things are a little bit chaotic, but they're like a healthy chaotic. Like, our kids are living their lives freely and fun, and they might fuck some shit up here and there, but we instill fun and freedom into our kids. And so, but sometimes you battle, like, if I don't allow something but he does allow something, and then we have that moment of, well, is it really that bad, or is it, what I'm saying, or like, I need you to be on my side with this one, or you have moments like that where it's like, can you just like back me up, or can you do that, what I'm saying, things like that. That's what we mean as far as like parenting being a difficulty when it comes to marriage. And the reason why it's like specific to marriage is because like normally, like when you're in a relationship, like I realize like your leash is a little short. You have a very low tolerance for shit. And because it's like, that, oh, I can just break up with you just like that and you're gone. Versus with marriage, it's like, what I'm saying, you just have a different mindset of just, what I mean, like letting petty shit be what it is and not just dropping motherfuckers left and right because like, I don't like what you did or what you said type shit. So, what do you have to say, Yanni?
Oh yeah, but parenting, my take on it more so the difficulties of parenting while in a marriage is because you can lose yourself to like what I was speaking on earlier. It's like as to being a parent and being like a mom or a dad and kind of lose who you are and lose your relationship because you guys can be so focused on trying to be great parents, trying to be great this, and you lose how to be and you forget how to be a husband and wife. So like that's why.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's why.
That's a real thing.
Parenting is like it's very important, but also it's important to remember that you love each other. Remember that you guys are in a relationship. You guys are together. Mm-hmm. And I know everybody loves their kids and want their kids to come first and everything and that's it. But sometimes you gotta learn to put your spouse and you gotta learn to put each other first because it's very possible that people like can get so caught up in being to mom and a dad and they forget to love each other and then boom, now it's a problem. Now we're talking divorce. Now we're talking cheating. Now we're talking like, oh, you're not here for me. So it's very important that you gotta learn how to still be a husband and wife, still be there for each other as well as being parents. So you gotta have that healthy balance.
That's a really I battled with that. I think with the after bingo, if I'm not mistaken, right? I had pretty much had that moment of like I just kind of in a sense drowned myself in just only solely like being a mom that I lost the wife part of me. I lost myself in the whole thing because then I was like, no, I'm a mom and I have to fit this image of being a mom and blah blah blah. And like you said earlier, I can't dress like this way and that way. And I'm like, because I had Mango at 18 when I birthed him.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, good, pretty much 18, 19, 20 years old. No, I didn't last that long. 18, 19 years old, pretty much dressing in fucking mom jeans and, no more crop tops and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm dressing, in a sense, like a mom because, I didn't pretty much suck myself into just this one role.
Yeah, that's real. A lot of women feel that way when they have kids. They start at like 10 or
because you kind of feel like you have to be like this image for your child.
You don't. Like, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you still live your life though. Like regardless, you still live. You gotta also remember that you have to make certain decisions for your kids. But it's also very important to just live your life and do what you want to do as a person. Because at the end of the day, when you have the kids young, you still growing. So stop. Limiting yourself to limiting your growth. Be able to do what you want to do still, and not think about, oh my God, my kids. You did like at the end of the day, live your life. You make mistakes, you live and learn. And then if you raise your kids the right way, that's something you won't ever be embarrassed about.
See.
So that's
on to the next topic.
Topic 4.
Friendships with non-married people.
That's the thing. That's a real thing, and that's super tough because
that is a real thing. Because
it's like the equivalent in the sense of having friendships like with single people, like when
married.
No,
but you would be.
No, it's like equivalent. Yeah, it's equivalent to having a relationship, like having a relationship. When you're in a relationship, when you have single friends, and it's like that weird balance. It's kind of like that when you're married because like sometimes when you like I said, when you're a marriage relationship is completely different.
Yeah, it
way
is.
Different. So the seriousness of a marriage versus like a relationship could be serious too, but it's not on that type of level at all.
And then they're single.
So so like if you going out with some friends, like at the end of the day, but you've been married, it's like I think in a sense like sometimes like your responsibility is like it's kind of like at a higher level than theirs.
Yeah.
Or sometimes like, the things you do versus the things they do. Like for example, when you marry, sometimes going out, especially if you marry kids, going out every day, partying every day, that shit is not realistic.
No.
And when you in a relationship, same relationship, they don't have kids, they probably fucking throwing out every day and like doing little cute fun things. So it's a complete different balance of power. You feel me? So it's like it can cause like a like a shift, like a maturity of could be a big shift. So it can like it's a big shift that can really alter like some friendships, whatever. Especially like go to that point of one of your friends single, you marry. It's really tough. Like it's like that's why it's kind of like because marriage is very like a community, bro. So like it's kind of like not saying it's best to stay in the community, but it's best to interact with other people that's kind of like you in a sense. You know how like when you dealing with somebody that's like you.
Ain't nobody finna do no
like
shit.
for example, cause like I said, like how she said, when you get an argument with marriage, it's like bro, it's no breaking up.
Right.
You feel me? Like this shit, breaking up is easy as fuck when you're in a relationship. You get fuck you, I'm not putting up with this shit.
Exactly.
Bro, you got paperwork involved.
Right.
You got divorced. You got
There's
it's a
whole
process.
thing. You gotta be like separated for a year.
It's not easy to do that. It's not easy just to leave.
That's
you got kids.
petty shit just because you got on each other.
Exactly. You got kids, money. It's a lot of shit invested in a marriage. So it's not like you feel me. So it's better to deal with friends that also deal with that. Because when you can deal with marriages, when you deal with the marriage, it's very tough. It's not the easiest thing in the world. You feel me? So it's always good to lean on friends who probably dealt with the same problems,
at the same
asking
seriousness.
how they got through it. You feel me? Because you can't go to a single person or a person just in a regular relationship to help you with your marriage because they never been there. You feel me? Like I said, like we said, I think like last episode or the episode before, like when you in a relationship, you fight for maybe a couple of days, maybe a week. Marriage, you can be fighting for months up to a year. Or years. Like it's really a whole niggas levels to this shit, bro. So you feel me? It's really
we going from days of fighting to years.
Yeah, like it's levels to this shit because the reason why it's like that because there's so much at stake. It's not that much at stake when you're dealing with a relationship. When I gave you this ring, I'm telling you, hey, this forever. Bitch, we gonna make this work forever. You feel me? Like we gonna put that work in. We gonna do all we can to make it work. And it's like, I want to build like a house with you. I want to build a family with you. I want to be able to build a business with you. Like, that's a whole different talk versus, I like you, I like you. Fuck around and kick it for a little bit, have gone a couple of days, but it's a whole different ball game. So, it's also, dealing with friends outside of a different relationship that's not married can be super tricky. So, it's very best that you you can still have friends like that, but you have to have friends that are married and be a part of that community because it makes sense. Like same thing with us being polyamorous. Like it's good to be a part of that community and have people who like us because there's a lot of people who judge. There's a lot of people that's monogamous. Like that's weird. Mm-hmm. So to be in you will feel out of place when you're in a monogamous spot versus being in a polyamorous spot. So always good to surround yourself with someone on the same mental level or the same wants and needs as you because if you don't. It can cause
a slight rift at some point in time.
Yes,
there will be a moment of difference. So, yes. Last thing is arguments.
Oh, I thought that shit asparagus. It's just a fun.
Okay, you know what? Arguments.
That's why I love you. Watch me watch the tape back. I was like,
what the fuck? This bitch was hungry.
Oh yes, bitch.
I'm actually hungry.
Yeah, it's the last segment anyway. So. Speaking of arguments, because we was talking about arguments, I think the last one. Arguments is, it's not like 1 or 2 days type shit. Like some of these problems, like you need to, this is why communication is key. Because like you can have a situation that's like, that you can assume as little and it can be tearing somebody else apart. Mm-hmm. And they can be suppressing it for so long, I'm talking years, whatever. And like even if sometimes you can have a situation where y'all talked about it, y'all thought y'all over it, and it's still not there. Mm-hmm. It's still not. It's still over. Like it's still bothering you. It's still like itching at you. Those things can go on for years and be big and big and big, and can really break up families and break up marriages. So that's why even when you deal with problems like us, when we have problems, I don't care if it happened 2 years ago, 1 year ago, whatever. We still talk about it.
You need to make sure that shit is
like we good.
for
done. Like it don't matter. I know most people like, yeah, move on. No, it's not like that. We really like we good. Like
ain't no such thing.
Because sometimes I don't care. Yeah, sometimes you have a situation where like yeah, I'm good. I'm over it. Cool. And like you get your mood, then it's like, man, fuck you, like, cause it's still in your life, cause like it's a growing period, like I'm talking about most of the time. I'm talking about shit that's significant. Now, like 2 years ago, you let the fucking the season saw on the counter, and it's really bothering me that like you did it again. So now I got PTSD. We talking about like real arguments, like so it's very important to stay communicative, to communicate constantly, even if like you finished it, even if you got closure, you still gotta communicate to reassure somebody. Cause man, it's
some
real.
People really need, like some people.
It's
really
real. Reassurance is fucking real.
Yes.
And these arguments are real. Like these arguments, bro. Like it doesn't matter. Like we got situations that happened 5 years ago that we still talk about today. Like remember that? Like yeah, boom. And like damn, like oh damn, some new information came out. Damn, I didn't know that. Like that whole shit really bothers you, and you gotta really get through that because like you
that's
understand.
another thing why you always gotta not always talk about it.
Yeah, it's always good to just express it. It's like because you never know what happens. Like man, this is what we got. You understand? When you get married, you want to get married for forever. So a fight that happened 5 years ago, and then we might bring it up a couple years later. It doesn't matter. It doesn't come off as why you bring emotions. It's like, bro, we trying to build to work better. Yeah. Because there's even times when we feel like we are like this and something's still wrong, something's still there. You feel me? That you gotta fix. You can see the happiest couple in the world and like, damn, they broke up because there's a lot of internal issues that you gotta learn to deal with. You gotta learn how to help someone to deal with their demons. You feel me? Yeah. So it's like arguments and just communication is super, super fucking key in marriages. Because like, man, I'm telling them little small little things or the things that you think small, you think that you got over that you never got over. That shit can end a relationship. Like it's real serious. That shit can end a relationship. So like you gotta really know when you get married that you really gonna be in this bitch for the long run. That you know what, we gonna fight. We gonna our feelings gonna get hurt. Yes. Pride might get hurt. Whatever. You feel me? You gonna see all insecurity. Everything gonna be right there. It's pretty much putting yourself open like a naked ass person. Okay. Marriage is pretty much being naked and standing in a room for the strangers. Just asshole naked. Everything's out. No, listen.
No, it is not.
It's like, no, the reason I'm saying that is like, because you're so open, you're so exposed, and you like...
But in front of strangers, though?
And you're nervous because you're so open, so exposed, and you got to sit there and know, like, you know what? I trust this person. Like, then I'm not going to get judged, or I can take whatever I got to take because I want to be here, and I'm willing to take all the pain, hurt, and, judgment or insecurities I have just to improve myself. Because it's a lot.
You definitely turned that one around. So I was like, hold on, naked in front of a bunch of strangers. Definitely. No, yes, seriously. And then another thing to add to that when he says communication too is that when you do communicate, you as the receiver, you have to give, I guess in a sense, the reassurance that's like, instead of like judging that person or making that person feel shitty about communicating, you have to take that in and take it for what it is and not make it into something else. So like you said, we would be talking about something that happened 5 years ago, and say if it's still like, if I'm bothered about something, and say if it's like, okay, look, you need to get over it, or you need to do this, that, if anything, like say even if I was over it or something, that could actually reopen, because it's like, what you mean get over it? Because it's like the insensitiveness of your response. Like your response matters when you are being communicated with. It really matters. You can't just be like, oh, okay, we communicated and everything is fine today. No, when you communicate, as the receiver, your response really matters. Actually, it plays a very big part. So that's the five difficulties of marriage.
Yeah, five difficulties of marriage.
It's not like
and differences between relationships.
Yeah, but not in a way of like, oh, it's a hard thing or whatever. You gotta understand. Y'all gotta understand when you marry, like you said, you're marrying for the right reason. You're marrying to be together with somebody forever. Y'all don't butt heads. Y'all don't go through y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? There is not a marriage on this earth that is completely perfect inside and out and happy all the time and all this stuff, that's not a thing. And don't let that discourage you from getting married. It's just you with somebody. Like,
you should want to go through hell with that person you love. Like, I don't know who in this fucking world want this perfect life. Yeah. You should want to go through hell. You should want to be like, bro, you gonna the fuck out of me.
Argue with me too.
Like you should be able to like, man, bro, you gonna be like,
you hurt my feelings.
Yeah, arguments. That shit means something. That mean you care. That mean
exactly.
That mean this shit is worth fighting for.
Exactly.
So like you should want to go through the dirt with this person. You feel me?
Yes.
Like, cause at the end of the day, because once you win big. Yeah, like you should want to grind, like.
And then you get old, and then y'all start talking shit to each other.
That's what I'm saying. People understand the grind is what make the success.
Yes.
Like if someone handed you $1 million right now, like right now, like boom, are you gonna value that shit?
Hell no, you gonna spend.
Because you didn't earn it, bro.
Exactly.
You didn't earn that shit. Imagine like you struggle, you suffer so long to get that shit, bro. Then you fucking got it. You feel me? That's what matters the most right there. When you out there putting that work and you working your ass off, you putting that time in, that grinding, you fucking digging, you coming through the mud and keep getting little, and then you fucking get there and you get your reward. That shit what matters, you feel me? All that, just that instant success, instant gratification is fake. And at the end of the day, you're not gonna value it. You gotta want to be able to go through struggle. That's one thing about me. I love going through the struggle. It's weird. I love the pain. I love the problems. I love everything it takes because I know I'm gonna make it. You feel me? I know one day it's gonna pay off, and that's all that matters. And that's how marriage is supposed to be. You gotta know how to grind. We're gonna grind every day. And you know one day that shit gonna pay off. And then that love, watching your kids grow, watching y'all been together, looking back like 20 years, like damn, look at us. Now you feel me? That's love. Like fuck all that bullshit that had to come with it. At the end of the day, you went through the mud, you went through the rain, and you made it. You feel me? And that's all that matters. So marriage can be difficult, marriage can be hard, but at the end of the day, if you really love somebody, let's go through it together.
Be beautiful.
You feel me? It's beautiful. The grind of it. The grind of it.
Everything.
All the ugly fights, all the pain, all the tears, all that shit, all that shit comes into a beautiful marriage. That's what makes marriage beautiful. Nobody's perfect. You're not gonna get the perfect relationship. So you need to stop right now trying to strive or aim for perfection. It's not gonna happen. So honestly, that's all I can say on that topic. But you know, it's a very important topic, and cause a lot of people don't want to get married nowadays. This generation is crazy, but I don't know why. But
honestly, I wouldn't want to get married right now.
No, it's not. Yeah, but like I said, if you find somebody that's right.
Well, yeah.
But it's easy to say you want to get married because like, what are you looking for? Who are you looking for? What type of people?
That is very true.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, I don't want to get married to no thought ass bitch who's shaking her ass all the time. Right. I want to fuck her, but I'm not gonna marry that bitch. Now, of course, it's all about what you looking for in a person. My nigga, it's real love out there. And don't let anybody. Yeah. Don't let anybody discourage you about marriage, about anything. Right. It's real love out there. So, yeah, this is another episode. Couples Talk. We're giving y'all a free game, giving y'all
some jewels
and insight on marriage, insights on life, and that's what we do every episode. So please tune in.
Yeah.
Episode 9, you can watch all of them on Ant&BreWorld.
Yes.
The link is in our bio on our Instagram. Mm-hmm. I am _702N. This is yours truly .Bree, right?
Yours truly _
Yours truly _ Bree. That's her Instagram. Yeah, you can also.
And if you're looking for a nail tech that is in the Vegas area and is mobile,
yeah,
yours truly .nails.
Exactly. So,
everything is linked below.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all we always want to give y'all a game, give y'all insight on what we doing. Just like, cause at the end of the day, we never had that guidance, and that's the only reason we started Couple Talks, because we want everybody to see what we go through and use us as a I guess the mentors, use us as an example of like, man, we can get through it. You forget, but it's just not gonna be easy. Mm-hmm. So like, come on this grind with us, and we gonna grow together. So
and the baby's gotta grow with us.
The baby's gonna grow with us.
And we just released. I don't know if y'all seen it yet, but we released also a little snippet of the baby's ultrasound.
Yeah.
So go look at it. Go watch it move. You
so once again, this is Ant&BreWorld.
Be a part of it.
All right.
Lately I've been on my own shit. I've been MIA just getting rich.